Well, hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. My name is Chris, and I'm coming to you live from Worthington, Minnesota, or the playback, whichever you have found me on. I am starting to respond to a challenge that I threw out there on my Facebook page last week. I was kind of in a funk, and so and let's be honest, it wasn't that I had nothing to do or nothing to work on, but I just wasn't feeling motivated. And so I threw out the challenge, Double Dog Dare, challenge me to make a card. I asked for four things: the category or the occasion or the event, um, the color choices, and anything extra. I can't remember exactly the parameters, but this is my first card addressing that challenge. So this card today goes out to Gretchen O'Donnell, who challenged me to make a card for confirmation using pastels, and she says it probably a cross should appear. So I'm going to turn my camera down, and I'm going to show you what I have going here. And I'll tell you what, it's a challenge. So accepted. All right. So the first challenge that I had was I pulled out this retired stamp set, and I thought, ooh, that'll be perfect. And then I noticed that I had put on here a note that it was missing the cross. And it is indeed missing the cross. Well, when you have in-person classes and events throughout the year, it happens. But I decided to punt and create my own cross using other retired products. And then I went to figuring out the sentiment that was going to go in the card. And again, I pulled out a retired set, Courage and Faith. Oh, that wasn't quite exactly it, but I thought I would look inside and see, and look what was mistakenly put in this stamp set. There's the cross. So even after I punted and created my own cross, I actually found one. And so there you have it. That's how life happens. I'm also using a Last Chance Distressed Tile 3D folder. This one was $10, and it's now $8. It was $9, now it's $8. So this is even on a lower clearance. It's really pretty, and I thought it spoke to confirmation. And then I used, okay, this jumped out at me in my retireds. These are stitched so sweetly. And I thought, ooh, that might work on a cross or with a cross. So I cut out some of those. And then I saw this in here, because again, I had no cross. This is the nested labels, stitched nested labels. And so let's just go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and use the pieces that I created, and I'm going to ignore the fact that I found the cross, and we'll see. So I have a standard card base, 8.5 by 11, cut in half and scored at 4 1/4. I figured the challenge was enough. I didn't need to get super fancy on the fold. This is oh my gosh, why did I forget the name of this color? Very Vanilla. One of my favorites. Very Vanilla, and it's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So just slightly smaller. All right. So I then die cut these because I thought they looked crossish. I actually had a piece of paper that was a little too long, so I trimmed this off, and I think I can maybe use that on the inside. And then I had die cut, well, they actually, it just does an impression of this this die right here, this long, straight, skinny one. And so I think, obviously, I know that I can make a cross out of that and maybe put that on there and maybe put this underneath. So, all right, let's see what we can create here. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of adhesive. I am team liquid glue. I'm not sure what your preference is. I used to be team snail, but I am not a huge fan of the Seal Plus. So I've converted to liquid glue. All right, so I've got that on there. Now I need to decide how big I want the cross piece here. I think that works. And I'm just going to trim that nice and straight. And let's go ahead and adhere that. It's not going to need much glue, is it? To hold that up so I can see that I've got that. I think that's nice and centered. And then I'm going to, am I going to put that on there? I think I'm going to put that on there too. And I was debating if I should top it up or not, but I don't think I'm going to. I think that looks like something you might see in a church. Okay, so she said pastel, which I originally, let's just set that aside. I originally was thinking cloud cover and cloud cover. I also pulled in a little maybe petal pink. We'll see. Haven't decided what I'm doing exactly yet with the ribbons. So, okay. May the Lord bless you and keep you is what I have landed on for my sentiment. Let me grab a block. And, oops. And I have this scrap. I may end up backing this in another color. I may end up trimming it down. This is one of our new colors. There's an issue with the ink pads, and so they aren't actually available to you. They were made available only to demonstrators because the ink is not they use the term shifting. It's shifting, which means it's not consistent. And so they are allowing us as demonstrators to take a chance and see if it works. You are able to get the ink pad as a ink spot. So if you're interested in getting any of the new colors of ink, the others are all available, just not cloud cover. I'm just cutting off camera here, just trimming this down so that it fits on itself here. A little bit of a mask around the outside. All right, so we've got that. We've got this. Here's my cross. We're going to put that there, I believe. Pastel. All right, should I put, I really want to just add the blue but the challenge is pastels with a plural. So let me just try something here. Just going to snip a little of this off and see what I think about putting that on there. Yeah, that's not bad. Just a little bit of pastel on there. Okay. I'm going to use tear tape on the back. Any kind of tape will work. This is just always very easy for me to grab. All right. So a little tear tape on the back. I'm going to take my pick tool, grab off that, and then let's just make a little loop here. So it is Monday in Worthington, Minnesota. It's a beautiful day today. We've had a lot of rain. We had 3 inches of rain over the last couple days, which we desperately needed. I don't think anybody is complaining other than that probably anybody that had significant flooding last spring was not super excited to see all of the rain in their rain gauges, but it is so dry here that I don't even know if the 3 inches that we got is catching us up or not. I mean, it's certainly not hurting anything. So, all right. So I've got that on there. I've got this. This could also go up here. It could overlap this. Nope, I don't like that. I do like this. I think we're going to stick with that. I wonder if it needs something behind the cross. I also got these out because they were pastel, but ooh, I don't know that I don't want to put anything like that on there. Disregard. All right, let's attach it. I'm going to pop these up. And, or this, I should say. I'm going to pop this up with, these are dimensional pieces that I cut off the strips that were left over. So we're just going to use up some leftover things here. Retired product, new product, schnibbles of adhesives. Should I pop this up? I think I should pop this up. Let's turn that off. Pop this up, yes. So, if you are enjoying watching me fulfill a challenge, watch my Facebook page because I may just throw out another challenge and you may get your challenge broadcast live on my YouTube channel. Maybe I could have put a little bit of color on the cross with a blending brush, but I didn't, and it's too late now. It's a little crooked, so let me scooch it over just a little bit before I push it down hard. All right. What do you think? Pastel with a cross confirmation. Okay, let's finish the inside. You know, I should just go ahead and use the cross since I found it, right? So let's use the cross and then use just a very generic congratulations. This is from Everyday Greetings. This is a current set and I like it because it has a little bit of everything. All right, so I'm going to go off to the side just a little. And then let's go ahead and bring in the cross. Very good. Always need to stamp the back or sign it. And then, if you remember when we started, I said something about this piece that was extra. Let's go ahead and just glue that on the inside just so it's not trash. Ties the whole thing together. What do you think? You know what? Let's add a little bling. Let's add some dimensionals, but I don't really want, I'm not adding pastels. Sorry, Gretchen. The pastel is going to be in your little ribbon and your cloud cover paper. These are the iridescent foil gems, and I think that they look very much, very vanilla. Let's see, where do I want them though? I hate when I get stuck on where I want to put the gem in the very end. Let's just kind of go around the just around. And there you have it. A pretty confirmation card using pastels. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing and liking my page and subscribing or all those things that you do on YouTube. And join me again.